everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs reading today, looking at the next changes in love for you. All right, so we're looking specifically for changes to the current situation, the next most significant change for you there. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. Leave me a like, a comment as well. Let me know if there's any specific topics you would like to see readings on. Today we are using the Deep Love Oracle deck, and I do also have the old style lenormand that we're using as well. Timestamps will be in the description box, so you're more than welcome to check multiple placements, of course, or cross-watch somebody else's sign if you like, starting off with Aries and moving our way on through. Okay, Aries, the next change for our Aries in your love life. The next change in your love life, Aries. The next change coming through for Aries love life, please. Definitely seeing change on the way. Firstly, we're seeing the Pillar card. All right, be pillars for each other, strong and immovable. So, there is this energy of, the change needing to be focusing on creating a strong foundation between yourself and somebody else, to be strong for somebody, or somebody being strong and immovable for you. We do see the metamorphosis coming through there as well. So, so it's kind of got to do with the foundation of you and a person here, Aries. So, if that foundation is currently strong and immovable, maybe we need to actually loosen that foundation a little bit. Maybe that's the metamorphosis that needs to take place here. But for most of you, it is going to be, we need to sort of be an immovable force together and strengthen our bond just a little bit more, and be strong for each other, be there for each other, supportive of each other. Every transformation in a relationship heralds a rebirth. All right, so there is a rebirth on its way in your love life, but it's about finding the strength to rebuild for some of you there, to be reborn, I suppose, for some of you there. The next change for Aries in your love life. The next change in Aries love life, please. We see the heart coming through first. You can see that this heart has wings too. So we do see, the metamorphosis, the rebirth of love, the strengthening of the love connection between yourself and somebody here. We do also see the fox and the scythe. So we are needing to break free from this fox energy. We're needing to cut that out. And it's kind of feeling like it's both of you here, Aries, that both of you are currently very independent. Maybe there's been some game playing in the past here, Aries. We're needing to cut all that out. We're needing to stop the selfishness and, join forces. You see with these two cards here, this is about supporting each other, being a team, being a pillar together, not, the fox is two individuals just happen to be romantic, so the fox energy, it's not about your own survival anymore. It's about the survival of the connection. All right, so we're needing to break free if we do wish to, see this metamorphosis in the connections around us. That if we want these rebirths and we want that to change suddenly, we both need to cut out the selfishness, the independence, and start sort of working as a team together. Build that pillar of support between yourselves rather than individually. Okay, Aries, so that's what we're seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements or cross-watch someone else's, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus, next changes in your love life. Taurus, next change coming through for Taurus's love life, please. Okay, Taurus. Just had that same card for Aries. We do have the Metamorphosis card coming through here. We did just see this for Aries, so some of you may be dealing with an Aries or have Aries placements as well, or, you know, be on the cusp there. Every transformation in a relationship heralds a rebirth. All right, so I feel like for you, Taurus, there is a bit of a transformation taking place in your love relationships, and it's kind of a little bit like, oh, this fear of, you know, these changes, what's that going to mean for us? But you know, it's heralding a rebirth, a brand new beginning for the relationship here, especially here with the shield energy. Okay, find protection in love, be each other's shield. So there might be the need for you to, you know, protect your person, or for them to protect you. I do feel as though it's more of a, you know, protecting them from getting too emotional or too angry, or taking other people's words on board is coming through there as well. So you're kind of needing to protect them from other people's negative energy, that they're trying to say something bad about your person, and you're like standing there like a shield, like, no, this is not correct, kind of thing, or vice versa. All right, that protective energy, standing up for each other and protecting each other's energy, protecting each other's emotions as well. All right, and it's heralding a rebirth in your connection here as well. Taurus, what's coming next for Taurus? Next changes for Taurus. I'm also getting for the single Tauruses, that's like the transformation, the metamorphosis is in your shield, when you're, you know, the way that you're protecting yourself from love in general. You know, you may have had some shields up against love at all, but you're going through this metamorphosis where you're realizing that, you know, I don't need to shield against love. I need to just shield against, you know, bad love, unhealthy love. But it's okay to actually let positive love in, and you're kind of being reborn within yourself in that manner as well. But having a look with the lenormand here, Taurus, next changes in Taurus's love life, please. We do see the mountain coming through first. So some of you dealing with strong Capricorn energy here as well. But there's some sort of blockage or delay. Things may just feel as though they've been delayed a little bit. The rebirth energy, and maybe that's why we're needing to shield against some obstacles that are, you know, just little bits and pieces of things that are still kind of making us feel a little bit blocked from fully transforming our connections around us. Having to maybe focus on work for some of you here as well. But then we do see the letter and the ship. I do feel as though that's, you know, communication or expression of the want to travel, the need to travel. Some of you, you or your person may be traveling for work. You may be expressing a want to travel. And it does feel as though that's some of the perseverance that you're utilizing to get through any blockages within your connections in love, is that you're, you know, putting in the work to express, you know, the ways in which you want to move forwards in love. So sometimes that can be the hardest thing just by itself, is expressing, you know, how and where you want this to go. But I feel as though that is one of the ways in which you're putting in that work, and you're persevering, being determined to, you know, get through any blockages through communication and expression of, you know, where this can go, the distance, where, you know, this can go the distance, kind of thing. So those sorts of things coming through there for you, Taurus. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini. Next changes in your love life, Gemini. Next changes in Gemini's love life, please. Okay, interesting energy here. We do have the re-meet energy. All right, so we are still in Mercury retrograde, guys. Meet each other again, like for the first time, with fresh eyes. So for some of you, you may quite literally be meeting someone all over again. That maybe this is someone you haven't seen for quite a while. Maybe this is, for some of you, meeting someone from, heavy duty past energy there, like maybe even your childhood that you haven't seen for a very, very long time. You're re-meeting them, and it's like you're seeing them for the very first time. Maybe this is somebody, I do feel for someone here, it's maybe this is somebody that you and this person in the past were friends, but now you're meeting each other, and all of a sudden you're both kind of seeing each other with this romantic eyes, rather than, in the past you never even considered that they were just a friend, but now all of a sudden you're both seeing each other as maybe something more could be there. I'm just picking up on that. We do have the pillar coming through there as well. Be pillars for each other, strong and immovable. So you and this person probably have gone through quite a lot, or currently one of you is going through a lot and needing a little bit of extra support, needing the other to be, that pillar of support, to be that strong, supportive, partner for each other. I do feel as though for a lot of you, this is, you probably are currently single, and this is sort of moving into connection here. But for those of you who are in a connection already, it's like you're, needing to stand tall and strong and firm for each other by, fresh slating the connection, and sort of, acting as though, this is us meeting for the first time, where we're trying things all over in a fresh way. Gemini, next big change for Gemini in love, please. Next change for our Geminis in love. Getting a very sort of straightforward message here. I do have the ship coming through first, followed by the key, and then the tree. So, it's kind of the straightforward message I'm getting here is travel is, the key to growth. Traveling is the key, the opportunity to, heal and grow these situations. So, especially if this is a, maybe an ex for some of you there as well, we're needing, that there's this healing, this, if something is to happen between you and this ex, that there is a healing that needs to take place. But travel is the key to the healing and to the growth, to the, the meeting each other all over again with fresh, mature, wiser, older and wiser kind of eyes this time around is definitely coming through there. There may also be other opportunities for you as well, but travel seems to be the opportunity for you to move forwards in love here. Especially if you want successful opportunities, at least anyway. Now, that doesn't need to be huge distance, although I do feel for a few of you it feels as though it's at least 2-hour sort of drive, but for some of you it's even further. Some of you it's even, I'm getting cruise ship energy for some reason. I'm getting a cruise ship energy there. But I'm also getting, something about going to the forest, going to the bush, going to the place with all the trees. There might be something about that there as well. And because I'm kind of getting, for those of you where you grew up somewhere where there was a specific, notable forest or specific trees of significance, go there. That feels like the place. Go back to that hometown or whatever and visit the trees or something along those lines. It feels appropriate to talk about that. But that's what I'm getting for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Cancer. Okay, Cancer, next change coming through for Cancer's love life, please. The next change in Cancer's love life. We have polish and harmony coming through for you. So something about polishing the harmony. That's why I've sort of put them both up at the same time. I have been showing those individually, but polishing the harmony. So like finalizing the tune, going through it and doing that final polish on the tune, on for a lot of you, there is an actual music connection here. That maybe you have written something for someone, or you're writing a song or something just in general. I'm getting poetry here as well. And for some of you, that harmony is even, it's just creative expression in some way. It could even just be like a little love letter kind of thing. But going back over and polishing that up and making sure, you've spelt everything correctly and you're happy with the way that it is. And the tune, the tone of it, and the tone of it. The tone of the message is getting across what you mean. So polish does say forge stronger bonds through mutual polishing. So it's just about, for some of you, it's about preening as well. Quite literally spending time just touching each other and, polishing each other, if that makes sense, in some sort of way. If you're dating a woman, maybe, I'm getting something here about actually getting skincare things for her, or, booking her in to get nail polish, and those sorts of things are coming through. Maybe you're sitting there and doing nail polish together, or getting manicures or whatever together. You're in perfect harmony with one another. Strive for harmony even amongst the storms. All right, so we're trying to stay in tune with one another. We're trying to do things together. Even if we're not into nail polish, guys, this is all about doing things together to, move in tandem, move in harmony with one another. So, maybe there is little hobbies that you can be doing together to sort of polish each other up and, hype each other up and stay in perfect harmony with one another. So, I've just been getting this message about something about, sitting down and watching TV is not doing an activity together. All right, that if that's what you're doing and that's the only time that you get to spend with your partner as quality time, that maybe it is time to actually take, 10 minutes out of your day to do a little activity together. As small as that may seem, play a board game instead of watching TV, or, doing things together, go for a walk together, or something along those lines, so that you're actually, reharmonizing with your partner. For those of you who are already in relationships, for those of you who are single, finding harmony in the world. All right, so music, very, very important to your love life right now. Finding your harmony, finding your tone in the world. All right, maybe starting a hobby as well for some of you. Cancer, next positive changes for our Cancers. I'm getting there with that polish card. I'm getting someone starting like, it's called lapidary, guys, where you polish crystals and things like that. We have the Tower coming through first. So we do see, that you have been isolating yourself from love a little bit here, feeling as though you're this Tower all by yourself. There is a bit of isolation, feelings of isolation coming through currently. So the need to, strengthen your foundation by, matching, harmonizing, back with your partner, so that we're not isolated, that we do have time to spend with each other and talk through our day, or whatever that is. We do also see the Fish and the Heart. So that's kind of giving us a very traditional kind of message here as well, because with the Tower is structure, and it can be very traditional stuff as well. So, following the traditions of your heart, of love. So, we would sort of see things like, especially with the fish there as well, this is following traditions like the male must pay for the meal, the male has to pull the chair out and open the car door and things like that. Those more traditional roles needing to somehow be accommodated, especially in the material world, where, that there's something about the way that we express love is kind of very traditional material ways here. So, you know, maybe it's like buy your partner flowers. And for some of you, I am just picking up straight away that for some of you, you're just automatically somebody who is more in harmony with breaking those traditions and reversing those traditions. So go ahead and buy your man flowers, you know, and obviously same-sex relationships, you can both buy each other flowers. You know, it doesn't really matter. But there's just something there for some of you, the traditional things may be of importance as well. So if you know that your partner is someone who does appreciate those traditional things, maybe we're, you know, doing little things that can showcase that we are willing to, you know, stick to the traditional structure of love. For maybe it's time to talk about marriage for some of you there as well. All right, so that's what we're seeing for you today, Cancer. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Leos. Okay. Leo, next changes coming through in your love life, Leo. Next changes for Leo's love life. Leo. We see the deep dive card coming through first here, Leo. Dive deep into each other, uncover hidden pearls. All right, so I do feel for those, even for those of you who are single, this is, you know, getting to know people on a deeper level, getting to know yourself on a deeper level, not just doing all this surface level. So what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? More so delving into things like, if you could have anything in the world, what would you, you know, if you won $20 million tomorrow, what would be the first things that you would buy? You know, what would mean the most to you if you had it in your life in the next 5 years? You know, what are the 5-year goals? Deeper questions. Are you closer to your mother or your father? Why? You know, deeper questions. What's your trauma kind of thing? All those sorts of deep diving into somebody's soul rather into somebody's surface is definitely coming through there. Mediator. Be each other's mediator, balancing the scales of emotion. So, you know, for a lot of you, this is deep diving into the emotional stuff and balancing each other out and making sure that we are able to balance each other out with the emotional stuff, and that if I'm getting a little bit emotional, that you can handle that, and if you get a little bit emotional, that I can handle that, or that we can help, you know, ground each other and bring each other down, you know, back to reality, or, you know, or whatever. So, you know, for a lot of you, it's asking those deep questions like, what's your trauma? And then, you know, finding balance within each other through those things. So for some of you, there may actually be like some really deep combos where we are needing to really balance out and support each other through emotions. So that's a big change for you to be coming through there, Leo, because, you know, not everyone is comfortable with that. So I do feel a lot of you, it's kind of like, whoa, this is a bit, you know, that it can be a little bit confronting to be delving so much into the emotion. Leo, next changes in Leo's love life, or for someone to be delving so deep into your emotion, Leo. So I don't want to just see what's on the surface. I want to know what's deep within your soul, Leo. Definitely see positive energy here. We do have the ring coming through first. So for some of you, this actually leads to deeper levels of commitment, contracting to each other, saying, you know, I'm going to be there for you when you are emotional. I'm going to support you. I'm not going anywhere kind of thing. I'm committing to you. You know, I want to deepen our bond and strengthen our relationships. I want to give as much as I can give. We have the bouquet there, followed by the heart. So I want to give you my whole heart. I'm committed to giving you my whole heart. Can you please give me back yours? That's kind of what this is talking about here, Leo. So for a lot of you, you are moving into a deeper commitment between yourself and, for those of you who are single, you're moving into commitment, full stop. But for those of you who are already in, relationships, that relationship is deepening, and the strength of the commitment is, being given thought to, all right, being given more heart energy to, more love towards the commitment between one another. All right. So for some of you, this is like energies of like, getting a proposal or marriage or whatever. But for others of you, this is like making a commitment to spend more time together, to, I'm committed to being the one that you can come and cry to. If you need to cry, you come to me, all those sorts of commitments and contracts between us as well. All right. So that's the biggest changes coming through here for you, Leo. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo, next changes in your love life, Virgo, the next changes coming through in your love life, Virgo. Oh, I feel like the single Virgos are going to be noticing a lot of change. We have the spark coming through first. Ignite the spark of love, keeping passion alive in the everyday. So for those of you who are single, you're having that moment of spark, that zing, in Hotel Transylvania, the zing, you meet someone and there's a zing. So interestingly enough, with some people, I don't know whether this is you as well, Virgo, but I need to touch people a lot of the time before I actually get that zing. So I might have sort of a bit of an intuitive response to their energy, but then when I touch someone, that's when I know for sure, So I feel like for some of you, this is like, as soon as you touch someone, it's like you get an electric shock. You feel the electric shock, and you're like, oh, there's a bit of a spark between us. Like it feels like a bad pickup joke, guys. Bad pickup line. You touch somebody and you get that electric shock, and you go, oh, look at that. There must be a bit of a spark between us. But it's like the dad joke of truth. Kind of like that. But for those of you who are already in connections, it's refinding that spark through, getting through the mundane everyday stuff, and finding that spark again, and finding what it was that sparked each other's love for one another, and getting back to that little, you really make me happy kind of moment. We also have compromise. It may involve a lot of compromise. And I do feel as though for someone here, those of you who are single, the compromise is, that this is somebody that you wouldn't normally think would be an ideal partner for you. That you've got this ideal, you're a Virgo, of course you do. You've got this list in your head of this person has to be this and this and this and this and this. All right. I'm definitely picking up on a Virgo saying they have to be 6 foot tall, but then you meet someone and they are 5'11", and they are perfect for you. Are you really going to let 1 centimeter or 1 inch hold you back? I don't think so. That's something that you actually are more willing to compromise on than you realize. So Virgo, what I think for you, especially the single Virgos, have your list. You like to have those lists of what I want in a person, a partner. Make sure you actually think, though, about what things am I willing to compromise on. Because if you're not willing to compromise on any of those things on that list, Virgo, you need to remember that when someone meets you, that there's nothing about you that they would have to compromise on. That maybe you work too much for them. Are you willing to compromise on things? Do you expect someone to compromise on things that you want to do in your life? Your hobbies and your goals and your favorite TV shows. They might not be this person's favorite TV shows. are you willing to compromise and share the remote? You know, you need to compromise. There's kind of no such thing as perfect, and you need to kind of remember that if you expect perfect in someone else, then they are going to expect perfect in you, Virgo. And your version of perfect may not be their version of perfect. All right, so you need to be willing to compromise. So go over that list and sort of think about the things in which you actually are able and willing to compromise slightly if necessary. You know, and think about, you know, if you've got a list of, I need these 10 ideal qualities, how many of those are you willing to compromise on? Are you only willing to compromise on 2? Then, you know, then it gives you a much clearer idea. But you need to have compromise as part of your list, you know, that there needs to be some give and take. All right, Virgo, that's coming through very clearly. Learn the art of compromise in your relationships. All right, so for a lot of you, that is very, very important to remember that you're not somebody else's perfect version of what they want. So what makes you think that you're going to find someone that fits all your little rules and regulations as well, Virgo? There definitely needs to be some sort of compromise. Like you can't have somebody that and expect somebody to fit into your life perfectly. You also need to fit into theirs. So whereabouts in your life are you willing to, you know, well, you know, I can make time to go to, you know, fit into somebody else's life. I expect them to fit into mine, so I need to make sure that I'm willing to compromise and also fit into theirs. All right, because when we're dating someone, it's not like you don't get everything. You know, you don't get. It's not. It's never going to be a case of, you know, every single Christmas, every single Easter, it's always your family, Virgo. No, you all of a sudden you have a partner. You have to accommodate them and their family as well. So, you know, you need to make accommodations and space in your life for somebody else to fit in. You know, so if somebody else comes in, just clicks into place in your life, it's never going to be, you know, fitting into their life because they've gone so far out of their way to click into all your little boxes that where's the consideration for the other way? Okay, so just think about it like that, Virgo. It's just coming through really strong. Yeah, I had the bear fly out here, Virgo. So, you know, you need to nurture, you know, be strong and confident and, you know, defend your honor and stand your ground, but healthy boundaries, Virgo. You know, that you can't stomp all over somebody else's boundaries and expect them to not stomp all over yours. All right. So you need to nurture relationships through compromise, all right? That understanding that, yes, you're a bear, you can defend your honor and you can stand your ground and you can be big and tall and strong and confident, but so can they, all right? What else does Virgo need to know in regards to the next change in love for them, please? Next change in Virgo's love life. I do feel like straight away it's this compromise stuff. We have the cross and the fish coming through here as well. So for some of you, Virgo, it's the mundane stuff, the boring stuff, the work stuff that is going to take priority for a little while anyway. You know, and compromising on how much of my life am I willing to devote to love when I want, you know, I've got all these responsibilities with financial responsibilities and, you know, material world responsibilities like work. So, you know, how much am I willing to compromise my time and my money, you know, in order to fit love on my schedule kind of thing? That, you know, at the moment, Virgo, you've kind of got everything seems to be work and money and you know, Virgo, there's no space there for anyone else. So you really need to think about, you know, are you being defensive or are you having healthy boundaries around these things? So definitely some things to think about there, Virgo. But you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Libra. All right. Moving on over to our Libra. Libra, next change in your love life, Libra. Next change in Libra's love life. Whoa, okay, that's half the deck, Libra. Try that again. All right. Libra. Next change for our Libra. Okay, so we do have gratitude coming through first. Libra, be grateful for every shared moment. Celebrate the miracle of your meeting. All right, so just being grateful for, where you are right now, whether that's single or in a partnership, finding something about that to be grateful for, that, at least things aren't disastrous, I suppose, in your love life. Being grateful for, the love that you do have in your life, whether that's just platonic or otherwise. But we do also see recommit coming through here. So for those of you who are already in a connection, there is the need to sort of consciously recommit to your person, reaffirm your commitment after trials, proving love's resilience. So, there's the gratitude there in itself, that we can prove that we're still committed to one another, no matter what we have to go through, no matter what trials and tribulations we have to go through, we can continually recommit to one another. And for those of you who are single, it's recommitting to the act of loving, that it's the opposite of giving up on love, kind of thing, that you're recommitting yourself to the ideal of love and the potential love that's coming your way. All right, the next changes coming through for Libra. The next changes in love life for Libra. Very interesting, Libra, because we do have the dog coming through first, which is actually followed by the coffin, though. And then we do have the fish. So this is kind of very interesting because it kind of shows where your priorities lay, Libra, that something is coming to an end when it comes to where your loyalties lay, and what you see as supportive and understanding when it comes to love. And for some of you, you may actually be choosing to end a friendship that's not supportive of your love life in some way. I'm picking up on that. And it may not be a total ending. It may just be like a ending of a phase of friendship where, an end to loyalty to the friends over the relationships. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not putting your loyalty to friends above your loyalty to love anymore. That's what's coming to an end. Putting other people ahead of your own self when it comes to love. But with every ending comes a new beginning with that coffin here. And the new beginnings are financial, material, that and I'm kind of getting here for some of you too. It's like you don't need to prove your loyalty to me through, like, it's an end to the way that you receive loyalty, and you're kind of saying this new beginning of, how about you show loyalty by providing something for me on a material level. I don't just need you here all the time. I need the financial backing as well, or something along those lines. It's a bit of a random message there. The material world, the reality. I don't just need the loyalty in theory. I need it in the reality. I need that support in reality, and I need, action to speak louder than words, is kind of what's coming through there. But it's moving towards, a new beginning, a new way, a new abundance, a new wealth of love. Recommitting to having it all, kind of thing, being more fulfilled by love, and having something to be grateful for when it comes to love here, Libra. So that's what we're sort of seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, next change in your love life, Scorpio. The next changes for Scorpio's love life, please. Scorpio, next change in your love life. Ooh. You have the resonance card coming through first here. Find the resonance in shared frequencies. Feel each other's heartbeat in sync. It's like connection through music, connection through, just being on the same vibe, being on the same level with somebody. You're both on the same page. You're very in sync. For some of you, there may be, even things like telepathy are coming through here, that you're just so in sync with somebody's rhythms that you know what they're going to say before they even say it, and things like that. You're just so in tune to them that, they get home from work and you're like, oh, you had a bad day. What happened? And they're like, I didn't say I had a bad day, but then, they had a bad day. But we do see the metamorphosis card coming through here as well. So whatever is current is in the phase of transformation. All right. Every transformation in a relationship heralds a rebirth. So whatever change you've gone through in the past, it's kind of like, in the past, there's been these moments where we've been out of sync, and then finding that rebirth and getting back in sync. Taurus and Aries both had this same card as well, but it's like a transformative energy there as well, that there's a strong transformation and getting more in tune, getting more in frequency with the idea of love, regardless of whether you have someone in your connections or not. You're just getting, coming out of your cocoon and flying off into the frequency that draws love to you one way or another. Scorpio, next changes for our Scorpios in love. Next changes for Scorpio when it comes to love life. For those of you who are single, I do have the garden on the bottom of the deck, which is dating, meeting new people, all right? So, and for some of you, I am getting social media. You might meet them through social media here. You just resonate very strongly with that person. You may be dealing with a Taurus or a Cancer. We have the moon and the ring coming through first. So, this resonance energy, it's very emotional, but there's a strong intuitive connection through that you may be very in tune with somebody's emotions here, that if they're having a bad day, you just start to feel, oh, I don't know what's going on, but my emotions are all over the place, and it's actually coming from them. You're picking up on their emotions very, very strongly here. You're very sensitive to their emotions, but it's a very emotional connection as well. It's kind of, it makes you feel very emotional and in touch with your own emotions. There's definitely a relationship here, regardless of whether you are in that yet or not. There is a relationship here that you will be giving your time, your love, your energy to, and receiving as well. This is the gift of reciprocal energy with the flowers there. This person may quite literally gift you a ring or flowers as well. It may even have a moon on it. Some jewelry. It's not even just a ring. It's jewelry with a moon on it. Jewelry with a moon. That for some reason it's feeling relevant to tell you about the earring I've just ordered myself. I've ordered myself one of those cuff earrings that, like, it comes around like that and then it goes through the hole. And I got a moon shaped one with little stars on it, and it sort of sits here. I did also order some like little butterfly cuff, like little elfy butterfly cuffs as well. So, make sure you subscribe so you can check out the cool jewelry when I start wearing those. But it's like a gift. For some of you, there might be a gift, and even just having this relationship may feel like a gift to you. It's a metamorphosis. It's a change. It's a transformation, and the transformation may feel a little bit uncomfortable just because you're not used to that, but you are in resonance with that metamorphosis already, Scorpio. So don't be afraid. Be not afraid. I don't know why it came through in that way. That's what we have for you, though. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Saggies. Okay, Sagittarius, the next change in Sagittarius love life. Next change for Sagittarius in their love life, please. So I believe it was Leo had this card as well. We have the deep dive. All right, dive deep into each other, uncover hidden pearls. All right, so there is something here, Sagittarius, about, this is getting to know somebody deeper than surface level. This is getting to know somebody all the way down to their soul, deep, deep down, bringing up the things that are closest to their heart, the most vulnerable, deepest parts of them. And we do see the ancient tree coming through here as well. Let your relationship be like an ancient tree, strong through the storms. All right, so the deeper and more connected that you are to somebody, the stronger those roots that this tree has, to weather any storm. So with that there, I feel like for a lot of you, you've been through storms with this person already. And for those of you who have not, it's kind of like if you're a single Sagittarius, the next change is that, somebody gets to know you on this deep soul level, to the point where they are supportive and they're able to hold you steady through the emotional storm. So it's like they bring these parts of you out in yourself that are, so deep and visceral that, obviously with those sorts of things, a lot of emotion comes through, but they're there like a tree and supporting you through that emotional storm and keeping you steady and making you feel grounded. So they're a very strong presence coming through for you there, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, next change in love for Sagittarius. There's that tree again. Have that tree. All right, so healing and growth. This next relationship, I feel like for a lot of you, this is the next relationship. Like, unless you're already in a connection, there's something about, getting deep and visceral with this person that is so healing for you, Sagittarius. It enables you to both grow stronger together and be more mature and wise and take care of each other in ways that, no one's ever really taken care of you before. Probably not even your own self, Sagittarius. We do also see the scythe and the moon. All right, so it's kind of like we're able to break free from emotion very quickly because of having this support. It's like we go down to these deep, I do get to, for some of you, this is like down to the childhood trauma kind of level where we're bringing those up and we're sifting through the emotions, on that sort of a level, and we're able to then break free from the emotion and, just trust and move forward in a much more stable way. So there's a lot of intuitive energy here as well that's coming from a lot of changes occurring, but they're occurring on a very soul level here, and it's, emotional changes, and it's a maturity, a wisdom of oneself, a growth, a healing taking place. All right, so, it's very interesting to me that, a lot of people say, oh, I need to heal, so I'm not going to be, I'm not dealing with love because I need to heal. But there comes a point where you actually, you cannot heal relationship trauma without relationships. They're kind of like the final test to make sure you can really heal. And, this is what this feels like. It's like that final healing is coming from a healthy, solid, stable relationship, and that's kind of healing some of these relationship traumas from deep down inside you here, Sagittarius. So that'll be the next change coming through for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, the next changes in your love life. Capricorn, looking for the next changes in Capricorn's love life, please. Give it a really good shuffle for you, Capricorn. Oh, I'm glad I did a good shuffle. We haven't seen these cards yet today. We have the symbiosis card coming through. You're finding Nemo, all right? Depend on each other, growing together in a unique rhythm of unity. All right, there's something here about finding Nemo. It's like you're saying to yourself, Capricorn, I've crossed the entire ocean to find my love, and, you know, you're finally finding them. You know, and there's this uniqueness where you live in an anemone, so no one else could fit in this anemone with you because, you know, it's poisonous. But there's something about, you know, you and this person, when you find each other, you're the perfect little clownfish together, you know, and there's something about that there. I don't know what that is. It's like you work in perfect harmony because you're a little clownfish and they are an anemone. And it's like one of you might be poison to others, and one of you might be scared of the world, but together in perfect harmony, we work really well together, and we don't poison each other. We protect each other. So depend on each other, growing together in a unique rhythm of unity. So it feels like, you know, you and someone are very kind of different, but the same. It's weird. It's kind of like you find your little clownfish. You find Nemo. Wow. It's like just keep swimming. You're almost there. You know, you're almost at 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, all right? You're almost there. It's like you're just doing that little, you're in the turtles right now, all right? And you got to ride some jellyfish, and then you'll be on your way. As if that's not a cool movie, guys. I love the little baby turtle. And yeah, I'm just getting all these Nemo references. They touched the butt. Transformation, Capricorn. You might be seeing dragonflies at the moment. All right. I'm a Capricorn. I literally saw a dragonfly, you know, when I stopped for a break. I stopped between Virgo and Libra to go and have a drink, and I saw a dragonfly. I nearly walked into it. Turn conflicts into opportunities for growth, fueling the journey together. Do you know what this tells me? This is someone you already know, Capricorn. We're transforming a situation that you thought was conflict. You thought it was trouble. You know, they knew I was trouble when I walked in. Because you thought there was too much conflict because they're too different. But you're uniquely attuned to one another. And, you know, if you can manage to turn that conflict, it can actually be fuel for growth in this connection. I feel like for some of you, some of you, this is someone you've written off. You know, you left your anemone behind. You're on your journey across the ocean to looking for your fish. And do you know what? You find your fish, and it turns out you both need to go back to that anemone anyway. So you need to go back to the conflict and you know, turn that into a way to protect the connection rather than to just be conflict and tension between you. So for some of you here, this is someone you maybe have written off. This is somebody that you've maybe not in contact with even. But there's an opportunity here to transform this conflict into something, to reform and come back together stronger because we've learnt our lessons, kind of thing. But it is important to rehash the conflict and make sure we resolve the conflict, because it's through the resolution that we fuel the growth. Something about that, Capricorn. Let's have a look with the lenormand. Capricorn, next changes in love for Capricorn. And of course, this can just be the conflict within you yourself, Capricorn. For some of you, this may not have to do with an actual person at all. It may just be the, you know, the dueling sides of one's own nature. You know, that I want love, but I don't want love. I want love, but I don't want love. You know, that kind of conflict coming through there as well. So it's coming into symbiosis and transforming that conflict within yourself and using that conflict and confusion as well to move you forwards. Capricorn, next changes in love for Capricorn, please. You see the letter coming through first, communication and expression, followed by the book, learning more, doing your research, working, you know, educating, you know, communicating and learning about how to communicate, learning more about how to express ourselves, learning more about, you know, educating ourselves on how someone else expresses themselves. So it's kind of reading between the lines here and learning more about somebody through the way that they communicate, through the way that you communicate and express yourself, Capricorn. The book can also talk about, you know, things that are yet to be revealed as well. So needing to wait and sort of learn for the more information to be expressed to you, to be communicated to you. I am picking up on that there as well, because the book is like, ultimately it's the next chapter of your life. Something I was listening to yesterday, they were saying about how, you know, the next chapter of your life starts every single day. Every single day is a new opportunity to start a brand new chapter. Every day when you wake up, it's an opportunity for a brand new chapter. Something about that coming through there as well. But there is a bit of a mystery there. But it's like learning more and educating yourself about what you truly desire and about how to hope and have optimism for that, Capricorn. We have the stars there. You know, the stars is all about your wishes and your goals and your aspirations, the dreams. You know, for some of you, this is keeping a dream journal and, you know, paying attention to your dreams as well. Your subconscious is expressing itself through your dreams as well for some of you here. But it's like learning more about how to hold hope and how to, you know, move towards your goals and your wishes when it comes to what you want for love and how to transform those conflicts into, you know, hope. All right. Interesting message for you there, Capricorn, but that's what we're seeing for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Aquarius. Aquarius, next changes coming through in Aquarius's love life, please. Next changes coming through for Aquarius in your love life. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing that card for nearly everyone today. Okay, Aquarius, don't mind my sniffling, guys. It's super hot. I've got the fan right on me, so it's making me sort of sniffle every now and then. We have the Metamorphosis card coming through for you, Aquarius. Every transformation in a relation heralds a rebirth. All right. We also have the Mediator card. It's all about balance. Be each other's mediator, balancing the scales of emotion. All right. So we're going through a bit of a transformation at the moment where we're needing to kind of pull someone back into reality a little bit here in order to, you know, look, you're getting too much like this. You're getting not enough like that. We need to find balance. You're bringing someone back to earth kind of thing here, Aquarius, which is odd because you're normally the one that needs to be brought back to earth, right? Maybe this is a flip the other way. But there's a rebirth here where, you know, we're able to really help level someone out and level out somebody's emotions. So, you know, when the scales are tipping and someone's starting to get, you know, too angry or too sad or whatever, you're helping bring them back down to earth. And, you know, they're doing that for you as well. It enables it, like it's a new way of doing things with each other. I feel like for those of you who are with somebody, that this is a new way of doing things with this person. For those of you who are single, that this new connections that you're finding, they balance you out in ways that you had not expected. It's a change. It's a metamorphosis taking place in the people that you're dealing with. Aquarius, next changes in love for Aquarius, please. You know what? The next all signs reading I will do, Aquarius, I will look at who, all right, is going to be our next person, or our current or next person in love. So keep an eye out for that one. We do have the snake, which is Scorpio energy here. But we also see the key and the house. Some of you may be moving in with somebody. There's a lot of physical passion here, that's for sure. And it's like this new beginning brings around new opportunities for stability and security with one another. All right? It's coming off the back of, this snake energy. It's kind of, it's a transformation. Because, like a snake sheds its skin, that's part of that metamorphosis, that transformation, that, in the past, you may have dealt with, issues around deception, betrayal, feeling as though you've created illusions of what something is when it's something else. But you're shedding that skin and you're being reborn into being able to, open up to new opportunities that are actually very, very stable and secure for you. All right. So very balanced. You're moving into a period of balance and stability when it comes to love. So, not allowing the past worries of, deception and being deceived or betrayed or, these illusions that never turned out to be what you thought. Not allowing those to hold you back from walking through new doorways here, because the new doorways lead you to successful stability and love, security, feeling loved, basically. So that's what we've got for, feeling balanced and loved, supported, feeling supported. Okay, Aquarius, so that's what we've got for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Pisces. All right, Pisces. Next changes in Pisces love life. What are the next changes for Pisces in love? Revival, Pisces. Revival of the relationship brings deeper understanding and love. All right, so it's about bringing, putting the air back in something, putting the life back into something, bringing something back to life a little bit here. So if you're already dealing with somebody, it's about reviving the spirit of, what attracted you to this person in the first place. I am getting, like a revival as well, like in the sense of like a revival, like a musical thing, like a revival. Like, I don't necessarily understand that reference very well. That's not really my thing. But it's like you're attending a revival together. Is that a church thing, guys? I really don't know, but I know that it's in reference to like some sort of like, it's like a festival or a, because I'm like, it's telling me it's like a what's that the way that the rockabilly revival kind of thing. They're telling me it's like that, a rockabilly thing. Like, you go to this revival and it's where everyone revives the spirit of that culture, like rockabilly. For some reason, rockabilly is coming up as the example there. So maybe that's a way to sort of instigate some excitement into your relationships, or for some of you, that may be actually reviving the spirit of love for you in general. Some of you may meet someone at a place that's got to do with rockabilly. I keep getting rockabilly. And it's like fresh at the diner. I'm hearing some random phrases coming through, like fresh at the diner, where they bring your milkshake out on skates. I feel like that's out of a movie. I don't know what that's about. I don't understand that reference, but that's what I'm getting, Pisces. We also have the mirror energy for you here, Pisces. Be mirrors to each other, reflecting the truest selves. I actually get that as kind of a bit of a warning as well, Pisces, that, you are what you reflect. You get what you reflect, that, the energy that you're reflecting to others when it comes to love and connections is the energy that you receive. All right. So sometimes you need to be very careful about what you're reflecting onto others and what is actually yours, because it's kind of like you're reflecting like an image that's not necessarily, you're reflecting something onto somebody, that it's like you're projecting something onto somebody and saying, oh, well, they are scared of love, because it's actually a reflection of your own fear. Does that kind of make sense, Pisces? So just be careful about the way that we are mirroring people, and because mirroring can be a negative thing as well as a positive thing. But the more that we're reflecting, hope and optimism and positive energy when it comes to love, the more we're going to receive that as well. All right. But we'll have a look here with the Lenormand. Pisces, next changes in love for our Pisces, please. Next changes in Pisces love life. Trust your heart. We have the moon and the heart coming through first. The moon is very intuitive energy. Trust your heart. Trust your intuition. Your heart is guiding you to meet the love and go to the places where love can be revived in you, Pisces. We have the garden there as well, which is my date card, which is the card of meeting up with friends, meeting up with new people, going on dates, getting out of the house, Pisces, for some of you, spending, accepting invitations, going to events, and all those sorts of things. Going for a stroll through your local park, even. Follow your heart and get out of the house. Trust your heart and follow your heart to meet your heart's desire, to meet the energy where love is going to be revived within you, Pisces, regardless of whether this is with a connection that exists already or with a brand new connection. If you're already in a connection, date night, all right? Trust your intuition and trust your heart that maybe date night is actually necessary right now to, because this is very loving emotions as well, being shared. This is public, making them known, making those feelings known. You're not hiding them to yourself. You're reflecting them in order to revive the love within. All right, Pisces, so that's what we're seeing for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all again soon.